the Legends of Iron. I'm John Andersen. Meet my co-hosts, Nick Best and Akim Williams. We're going to have some amazing guests on the show. Buckle up tight, because we're going to be talking about the shit you're not supposed to be talking about. We're going to be discussing anything and everything it takes to become a Legend of Iron.
Legends of Iron is brought to you by Muscle Mints. Muscle Mints is the creator of Carnivore Pure Beef Protein Icing. Beef builds muscle, and Carnivore is the world's #1 selling beef protein. Welcome to another edition of Legends of Iron. I'm John Andersen. With me always my partners in crime, Nick Best and Akim Williams. We have got a short one, but a sweet one here today. We are talking about the big one that's coming right around the corner, the Olympia, the biggest show on the contest, and even better, one of our very own co-host, Akim Williams, is in the show. And I got to tell you, brother, you are looking fucking huge and fucking ripped. Everybody that loves bodybuilding, everybody that loves bodybuilding is always, we all know, first thing they're going to ask you is, how much did you weigh on? How much do you weigh? Because everybody loves how, well, being fucking big and ripped is the key, but you were looking awfully fucking big and crazy fucking ripped. What are you going to weigh on the stage, brother?
Well, the goal this time around for this Olympia, I want to be in the 260s, you know, so high 260s or mid 260s. I think that's where I'm at my best. In 2020, when I came in 6th place, I was right around like 264 to 65. So if I could get back to that weight on stage, you know, it's definitely
okay.
great.
So now let's help everybody understand. Everybody on the stage looks fucking massive because everybody's so ripped and the lighting, but there are very few competitors over that 250 mark. I mean, we're only talking a few guys that are over the 250 mark, and our man Ak here is one of them. I mean, and you're going to be well over the 260 mark. I mean, shit closer to 270 than 260. That is fucking massive on a bodybuilding stage.
Yes,
you know, people tend to not understand how, I mean, at that point, there's zero fat on you. You're dehydrated. I mean, being that heavy on that stage, you're going to be a fucking monster, brother. Some of your training videos are just insane. Like, your skin looks like it's going to fucking like fall off when you go to move your arm. It's like
it literally looks like a road map just all over your body. So it's pretty amazing. The most frightening thing is going to be is your symmetry and how small your waist is at that size.
Yeah,
it's gonna if you come in at like 265 to 268, which is going to be massive, you're going to look even bigger because your waist is so tiny.
Yes, exactly.
It's just going to be incredible. This just the size difference. I don't think there's anybody else who's going to bring anything like that.
Oh, brother, let me tell you, I'm one of the, you know, granted, there's not that many pros, and I've been actually lucky enough to share a stage with Ak before. And when I say share, that's him being generous by giving me a corner of it because he was so fucking big. Because here's the thing, just like you said, Nick, you know, there's big, and then there's big, like crazy illusion big. That waist is so fucking little. The thighs each look equally as big as the waist.
This is waist.
And then the massive fucking shoulders, and then really is the icing on the cake is the fucking arms. I mean, Ak, you've got one of the biggest you got to have one of the best pair of fucking arms on the whole goddamn stage, if not arguably the best set of arms on the Olympia stage. I mean, brother, how in the fuck because I mean, granted, I've been doing this a long time, you know, and I'm also a pro, but not a pro like you. And I still want to know, how in the fuck are you so big and so fucking lean at the same time is what I want to know.
Well, I've this time around, you know, I've really taken my training a lot more serious this time around. I feel like last year I was just going through the motion. You know, my coach, the coach that I had been working with for the longest, you know, he kind of had some family problems, personal problems that he had to deal with. So I was kind of left on my own and trying to figure things out. So this time around, you know, I've really got back into the passion of like training myself and understanding my body and like putting my fate more in my hands in a sense.
Yeah.
When it comes to my training and stuff like that. So, I'm very happy with what I've been able to accomplish this time out.
Well, brother, it's very, very clear to see that you're on fucking line. Holy shit. There's no question marks what's going on here. So in terms of your training's been on point. Looks like you've been training really fucking heavy too, brother. You're fucking strong as an ox.
Yeah, I have. Shout out to Dr. Gary Ashenoff, out there in Montclair. He's a chiropractor, and he's been doing a lot of work with me in terms of the shock therapy and everything like that, and a little bit of cupping and stuff like that. And it's been really helping me out. Helping me with just making sure my muscles are firing at 100%.
Yeah.
So I've been able to do a lot of stuff that I haven't done in a while.
Yeah, and there's something about when you're able to train a little heavier, a little more aggressive, that muscle just looks more dense. Yeah, and clearly that's what's going. Yes,
that's where I was gonna same thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you feel the heavier weight really increases the muscle density on stage, and you end up losing less weight and looking bigger and being fuller?
Yeah, definitely. And I got to give props to Muscle Meds also, because I've been using one of their products called Stemtropin, which basically helped me with the recovery. So I do it right before bed. I pop those 2 pills right before bed to help me with recovery. So when I train heavy and everything like that, I use that product to give me the recovery nutrients that I need to go back in the gym the next day and kill it.
And as we all know, it's great to train hard, but if you're not recovering from your training, it really doesn't matter how hard you're training. It's a balance, and to find that formula to recover, especially because obviously you're training hard, you're slowly lowering your nutrient levels, so you get leaner and leaner. It's harder for body recovery. So to be able to find that formula for recovery is absolutely key. So that's beautiful, bro. So tell the listeners, what's the mental position? What's the game plan? Like, obviously you're in kind of your approach, your prep right now, but once you get there, once you get to Vegas, what's going to be the mental game plan? Are you just going to kind of chill and try to stay relaxed? Do you have a thought process that you're going to engage in once you show up in Vegas?
Definitely. That's the most important thing. I think once you're out there, kind of like stay in your own lane, focus on you and try not to get distracted by anything else that's going on. So once I get to Vegas, like you said, I'm just going to relax and just let the stress level come down and just focus on the things that I can control and not worry about everything else. And I think once I do that, my body should be ready for Friday, and Saturday, coming for the prejudging and final for the Olympia.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Obviously, it's a 2-part show, which is interesting because one day can make such an enormous difference between the look, and in terms of how you negotiate that. That's something that talk to the listeners about, because most people don't really understand all of the possibilities that could go right or wrong during that period of time. So let the listeners know, what are you going to do in that 24-hour period between day 1 and day 2?
I've already started taking approach to that. I've started taking pictures in the morning and also taking pictures in the night to see what I look like when I'm fully have some meals in versus when I just wake up in the morning and what I look like. And the show, especially like the Olympia, is going to be at night. So that means you're going to have all your meals and stuff like that. So you got to kind of get an idea of how your body respond, especially if you try to peak for a show at night. It's a lot more difficult because everybody always look their best when they first wake up in terms of bodybuilding.
And the worst later at night because you've been eating food all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's when the girlish figure is still there in the morning time. When so once in your routine, your physique is fucking gnarly, dude. Gnarly in such an amazing way. What is going to be some of your focus in your routine? Like, what is some of the stuff that you really want to call attention to and display on the stage?
Well, I know that I have a lot of my side shots are very powerful, so I want to use those to my advantage. And I think I could stand there with the best of them from the side shots, and also the front shots, the front double bicep, and the ab and thigh with my small waist and everything like that. So I'm just gonna focus on my strengths. Focus on more on my strengths. Display my physique where I'm showing off my strongest poses and stuff like that. And hopefully it
Yeah.
catches the judge's eye and they like what they see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, brother, you know, from a physique standpoint, big legs, big shoulders, small waist, you've always had that. Being and coming as big and as lean as you're going to be, this is going to be a fucking amazing showing for you, brother. Totally fucking awesome. So, like, let's talk about, you know, the show has got what, I think 36 people that are qualified, which is like one of the biggest Olympia qualifications ever. Yeah. So help the listeners understand why there's so many more qualified people this year than in years in the past.
I think internationally they had a lot more shows this time around because you remember COVID just happened. So a lot of these countries weren't able to do bodybuilding shows. So now that everything is all back up and running, I think a lot more promoters are putting on shows. So a lot of the international guys are having more shows to qualify in. So the majority of the competitors that are going into the Olympia, a lot of them are from outside of the U.S.
Yeah, for sure. And what would you say, like, there's always somebody new that comes into the Olympia. Who would you say the rookie, so to speak, that's never competed in Olympia? Who do you think is that number one guy that's going to be interesting to see this year?
Well, I mean, they have his name is Andrew Jack. He just won the Arnold Classic out in England.
Monster.
And he has a pretty good physique, you know, very, very competitive. I'm trying to think about any other new guys. There's Blessings, and there's a lot of new guys that haven't been on the Olympia stage, and they did very well this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing them on stage also. I think they'll do amazing. So
and keep in mind.
What do you think
Go ahead, Nick. I haven't let you have a fucking word in, so go ahead. Please. Jesus Christ.
What do you think the biggest mistake they're going to make because the show's one day and then the next day, as opposed to things that they would do in qualifying? What do you think their biggest pitfall is going to be coming into that because they have a lack of experience at the big show?
I think they're going to focus so much on social media and what people's opinions are after the prejudging. From somebody that's been there for like 5 years or whatever, whenever I compete like at Olympia or any other show like that, I turn my phone off. I could give two shits about what people say after I compete or whatever. And a lot of these competitors, they can't turn it off. They want to go on Instagram or the forums and see what people are talking about. I don't really care about that. Only opinions that matter is the judge's opinion.
Correct. And you can't change anyone's opinion. And at that point, there's not a whole lot else you can do. You might as well just go do the best you can and focus putting the best product out the next day. So, I get that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
cool.
No, that makes perfect sense. And that's just like you said, stay in your own lane, baby. You're there for a job. You've got a job to do, and getting distracted by social media is definitely not part of that job.
Exactly.
That's the difference between a veteran like yourself and someone who's just showing up for the first time. So
you're also driving a freakish semi truck and can drive everybody around off the stage. Go take care of business,
What do you think about some of correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Nick Walker predicted that he was going to win. Is that correct?
I've heard. I think he did an interview or something like that where he said he's going to win. I mean, like everybody else, we all do this because we want to win. So him getting on the record and saying he's going to win, there's a lot of other competitors who think differently, but he's entitled to his own opinion. And Nick is a great competitor. I take nothing away from him. But so the fact that he said he's going to win, there's a lot of competitors that are definitely going to be standing in his way. So,
Yeah. Well, I imagine most everybody, anybody showing up there has got you at a high level competition like that. You got to go in believing you can win. I think the difference is he put it on record when many other guys like yourself are just waiting for your physique to do the talking, Yeah. Well, the bottom line is, he, like you said, he is a great competitor. It's not like he's, talking out his hindsight. There's any of those top guys could pull it off. But I'm telling you, bro, the way that you're looking, I think they're going to have a difficult time, my brother. Oh my Lord.
No mercy.
Yeah. So who are you the most excited? Who are you the most excited? Obviously, that when the contest is going, they're going to be doing call outs and whatnot. Who is it that's going to be the most interesting for you to stand next to? Would you say?
I mean, always is the current champion, which is Big Ramy. I would love to get a comparison next to him in terms of the side shots. The side chest, side triceps. Like, I would love to get that comparison.
Yeah.
And that's a goal for this year. Hopefully, I'm able to get that comparison next to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, brother, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
you put in the work. You put in the work. It's real clear to see how big. I mean, you've carried so much mass into this and through this prep. You're ripped as can be. I mean, brother, it's like the stars are aligning for you. You got great support with sponsors and muscle meds. I mean, you put yourself in a position where you've been there enough times. You know what to expect. You know what to do. You know what you got to do. At this point, it's just a matter of going out there and doing it, isn't it, bro?
Plus, I really like my approach this time around. I'm not posting anything. I'm just flying under the radar. So a lot of people, they're not making me. They don't have me in their prediction. They just kind of like push me to the side, and I love stuff like that. Because it motivates me to work harder.
Yeah. Yeah. On that level, that's an interesting question. What would be, in terms of, like you said, someone that kind of like this motivates you, what other types of things are big motivators for you coming into the show? Because obviously you're in that phase now where you're tired. I mean, you're hungry. I mean, this is the kind of, this is what has to happen for you to be in that peak condition. What other type of stuff do you think about to motivate yourself coming into these dark hours?
Oh God,
dark days.
I mean, kind of, sort of like, that's why I said Evan's earlier. Evan's comment really stuck to me. Eyes on the prize, and I think just keeping my eyes on that prize, knowing that I deserve to be on that stage, and I work my ass off to be on that stage, and I'm going to prove that I'm one of the best in the world, and possibly can be the best in the world. I think that's motivation enough.
Yes, absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
So my next question is are you buying another car? Because you have a tendency to get new cars every time you do a show.
Oh God, yeah, you're absolutely right. Every time I compete, I don't know. It's an issue, Nick. It's definitely an issue. I don't know what it is, but every time I compete, I tend to buy a car, man. I'll tell you a story after we get off camera.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
Well, I would assume you're this close to the show. You're not trading anything in here in the next few weeks, correct?
No.
Good.
I'm way ahead of you, John. I already did that.
Yeah, no. I was just wanting to make sure you weren't going to do it again, but just a couple weeks left of it.
Yeah. Now it's crunch time. No distractions.
That's it. Exactly right. Right. Well, brother, I got to tell you, man, this is going to be an awesome Olympia for you. You're big, you're ripped, you're ready. And, more importantly, you're in the right spot. You can feel it. You're doing the right things. Your body's responding properly. You can see it in your training. You're bigger, you're fuller, and your skin is so paper thin. Hell, it looks like it's just going to break off every time you move. And so, brother, keep doing what you're doing, man. It's going to be totally awesome. I can't wait to watch the whole thing unfold. And, brother, so you're going to be easily one of the biggest guys on the stage. What would you say? There's probably going to be you and how many other people over that 265 mark, which is fucking enormous on a bodybuilding
Definitely
stage.
Maybe 3 or 4 guys, maybe 4 or 5 guys.
Just a few of you guys, and that's a heavy bodybuilder, 265 plus. So that being said, Nick, you got anything before we wrap up with our little Olympia wrap it off here?
I'm just super excited. I can't wait because it's here in Vegas in my hometown, and I can't wait to go there and cheer you on and just watch what you do at this thing. It's going to be fun to watch you stand next to these guys and have them go, uh-oh. So it's going to be good stuff, man. It's going to be really good stuff. I can't wait. You've put the work in.
Yeah, totally awesome. And the crazy part about this is, even though you're just weeks away from getting on stage, your arms still look like people's fucking legs.
Yep.
Every time I see one of your arms come out of the sleeve of a shirt, I always think to myself, you never seen like one of those weird pictures where there's someone kind of behind and the leg is coming through an armpit, you know? I was thinking, who the fuck is sticking their leg through Ock's armpit? Because that thing is so fucking big.
It's funny you said that, because lately I've been training in a sweatshirt. When I go to the gym, I train in a sweatshirt all the time. But for some reason today, I just decided to take a sweatshirt and have a t-shirt on. And then the minute I did that, everybody in the gym is just turning around like they act like they never seen me before. And I'm like, I must be looking a lot better, because obviously, like, I literally stopped the gym today when I did that.
I'm telling you, it's because people don't see that big and that fucking ripped at the same time. Period. End of story. And that's why it's going to be so fucking amazing when you're up on stage, fucking crushing up there, brother. So I'll tell you, bro, you put in the work. Let's fucking go get them. Nick and I are with you. Muscle Men's is with you. That being said, you got anything to say? Anything you want to say to the fans before we wrap this baby up, Ock?
I just looking forward to be back on that stage, and definitely huge thank you to everybody that's been supportive of me. Everybody that sends me DMs and tell me how much they're rooting for me going into this Olympia, and also huge thank you to Gerard Dente and the whole Muscle Men's family for all the support. And let's go to Vegas and do the damn thing, man.
Let's do it.
That's it. What else can you say? You can't wrap it up any better than let's go to Vegas and do the damn thing. Fucking A. Let's go, baby. Well, there you have it, everyone. There's a little little sneak episode on our man Ock coming into Olympia. It's going to be a great showing. Hope this gave you a little sneak peek on what's going down and answered a few questions for you about the monstrous show of the Olympia coming up here in just a few weeks, Ock. Is that right?
Yeah, so a little bit under 2.5 weeks.
A little under 2.5 weeks. So that being said, everyone, don't miss it. We will see you there. Thanks for watching.
Legends of Iron is brought to you by Muscle Men's.
Eating like a bodybuilder is not cheap. I mean, have you seen the recent cost of steaks lately? Thankfully, I'm able to get all my meals in and hit my macros for just a fraction of the price with Carnivore Lean Meal, Muscle Men's newest innovative whole food meal replacement.
Compare Carnivore Lean Meal to a typical bodybuilding meal. Carnivore Lean Meal stacks up in protein and carbs with none of the fat, but a carnivore shake is only about $3 per meal.
Get my 6 meal in. This is what I use right here. This is meal number 6. It's my Carnivore Lean Meal. It's a combination of carbs combined with protein. It's actually made from real sweet potatoes and white potatoes, so can't beat that. Tastes awesome. Love that product. And to top it all off, guys, it's lactose free and sugar free. Stop overpaying for your meals and eat clean with Carnivore Lean Meal. It's better than any meal you can cook yourself at a fraction of the price.